Tutorials. So this week we're gonna be doing something pretty awesome, more awesome than last week, I think. But who knows? That's your preference and your determination. Alrighty, so as you can clearly see here, I have this photo here open of this dude. Now I'm gonna use a jumping kind of photo. You might want to as well for this effect that we're doing. And you want to make sure your photo is already a tad bit dark to use. So something along my line of darkness that I've chosen for my photo. Yeah. So I've also made my background layer black. Make sure yours is black as well, because that's basically what you're going to work with as a black background tutorial. So, okay, immediately following this, opening your photo of this guy. Hi cat, sorry. Alright, sorry about that. My cat was walking on top of my computer. Alrighty, so, you're going to go up to your, layer, and you're going to add a new adjustment layer. You're going to add color balance first. Now, we're going to work with a lot of adjustment layers, so just be aware that it's textures we're working with, not actually image adjustments. So, yeah. Alright, so immediately you're going to change your midtones. So, it's going to be 100, 100, negative 100. So you're going to want to have it so it's like basically almost yellow. That's where we're going. Alright. You're going to want to work with your shadows next. You're not going to do anything with the highlights. Leave those to 0. Don't touch those. So your shadows are going to be 100 on the red, negative 79 for your next one. Oops, sorry. 79, not negative. Wow. I just noticed that color was really off. Okay. And then negative 100 for the last one. Alright, so yeah, you want it to be yellow. Alright, you got that. Okay, you should see that kind of a color. A yellowish, dark, brightened color. Okay, next you're going to add a curves adjustment layer. Now, your adjustment layers, you can also go here to this little the circle, the half moon thing there. That as well is also where you can find your image adjustments and whatnot. But you could also go to layer and then that. But this is just easier for me. Okay, curves. Open that up right there. And then on your right side, on your palettes here, you're going to again see this little square box here. And you're going to make a similar diagram of mine. Not exactly, but close enough. We're going to bend that a bit up there. Gonna add another little thingy here. And it's going to be kind of like something like that. Ooh, wait, whoa. This is just trial and error, guys. Alright, yeah, something like this. It doesn't have to be exactly like that. Just whatever looks good for you on your left side. Look at your photo, look at your curves. As long as it's bright, but not too bright and not too dark, you're good. So just right there is fine. Okay, then next adjustment layer is going to be contrast and brightness, or brightness and contrast. And that's going to be negative 38 for the brightness. And then the contrast, you're going to use 100, which is basically the whole thing. So you want to see like that. That looks really good to me. Alright, now, you have that, right? Okay. Adjustment layer. Okay. Alright, you have that. So now we're going to work with our brush. We're going to make the brush for our next step. Excuse me. So push your brush tool over here. Okay, and we're going to now go over to the right side, and you're going to click on here. This thing here, it says brush. This will enable you to edit your brush that you're currently using. Now, we're going to need to select a soft round brush, a 5px soft round brush. So 30px, we don't want that, we want it to be 5. Alright, so 5px brush is good for you. You could use a bigger brush, but that would make the effect look really ridiculous, so I like to use 5px brush, but, you know, trial and error, see what looks good to you, you know, but I'm going to say 5px would be really well for this. So, you're going to select Shape Dynamics, and you're going to select Scattering, and you're going to select Airbrush and Noise. Smoothing should already be checked off, so don't have to check it off, but if it's not checked off, then go ahead and do that. But mine's already been checked off, so we're going to leave it there. Alright, you're going to click on your scattering, and you should have the, this is just my standard settings, but yours might be different than mine. So, you should have both axes selected, your scatter should be 1000%, your control should be off for that, and the count should be 1. Count jitter should be 0%, and basically everything else should be just, you know, the way it is. Size jitter is 0%, minimum diameter is 20%, angle jitter, and blah, blah, blah. And that's just standard, but sometimes, you know, when you're doing other tutorials, you have to edit those, and they're not the same as they were. So if that's the case for you, go back and edit those out so they look to go. Alright, and you should see the preview here. That should be what you see. Alright, and you want to also be sure that your color in your swatch is black. Oh no, white, excuse me, not black. Wow. You want to use white, because if you use black, you wouldn't see it. But obviously, you know that you'd want to use white. Okay, so once you have that set, you can go ahead and do the next step, which is going to be to create a work path. Now, a work path is like creating a path on your image, but not really, because you're not using the pen tool, you're using other tools to create that path. It's kind of confusing, but you'll see what I mean in a second. Alright, so go back to your original layer, layer 1, which is the dude layer. You're going to do a command click or control click to make him active. You'll see the little marquee things floating around him and whatnot. That's what you want to see. Then you're going to want to make sure the marquee tool over here is selected. It doesn't matter if it's rectangular, single row, whatever. As long as that's selected in some way, you're fine. Alright, then you're going to right click on this, and you'll see a bunch of options. Make work path should be an option for you. If it's grayed out, then you've not selected a marquee tool. You probably selected something else. So go make sure your marquee tool is selected, because you need to make sure that is. Otherwise, the make work path will not show up. Alright, click that, and your tolerance will be 2.0. That's standard. So don't do anything with that. Click OK, you're good to go. And then when you click on your paths over here, you will then see the word work path. Alright, now this is where the brush tool is going to come into play. You need to make sure the pen tool is now selected, otherwise this effect won't show properly. So go ahead and push the P on your keyboard to make sure pen tool is selected. Or you can go over to your left side toolbar and click it, but I just find pushing the P makes it easier. Alright, so also be sure that your brushes are already set and ready to go, because this is where we're going to use the stroke path. So go ahead and right click on your work path, and you're going to stroke path. You're going to click this. The options are going to be shown. Most likely when you do this, the word pencil will be right there in the tool selection. Be sure the word brush is selected, and simulate pressure is not checked off. Uncheck it if it is so. Once those settings are there, you're free to click OK, and you should get, oops, hold on 1 second. Why did that not work for me? Forgot to mention, the reason why that was not working for me is, like a Dumbo, we didn't make a new layer, so there was nowhere for it to go. Okay, this is where this comes in. So now go ahead and make a new layer above all that, or whatever. Anywhere is fine, because you can always move it if you need to. So make sure there's a layer 2. Sorry about all that confusion. So back to what we were doing originally. Okay. Then you're going to go ahead and make your stroke path after you've made the new layer. Oops. Oh, ha ha ha, there's black in my swatch. See, even pros like me make mistakes sometimes, so there's always room for mistakes. Alrighty, and then you're going to do this, make stroke path, and voila! And there you have it. Whoa, that is massive. Alright, that's where we're at right now. So now we're going to be making more. Now you can go ahead and delete your work path because you don't need that anymore. Go ahead and delete that because you just have that now. Layer 2. Okay, back to your layers because you're good with that. What you're going to do now is on this layer, you're going to set that to screen. You won't see any really noticeable effects, but just do it anyway. No, in the end you'll see why I did screen. And then the opacity is just down to 40%. Alright, and yep, there you have that. Alright, now we're going to make it even cooler, and we're going to duplicate that layer. So do a Control J, or Command J, and on layer 2 copy, you're going to go up to Filter, and Blur. We're going to add a radical blur. Radial, radial, I don't know. I don't really care how I pronounce shit. I'm awesome, so it's okay. Alright, you're going to have the amount is 30. Okay. And it's going to be zoom, not spin. And the quality is already set at good, so leave it there and you're good to go. Click OK. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty nifty. Okay, and you're going to set that to hard light because you're a cool kid, that's what cool kids do. Hard light is for that layer. Alright, now we're going to add more cool effects to this because we're even cooler than you think we are. So right below your brightness and contrast, you're going to add a new layer. It's going to be layer 3. Now, you're going to need to have these brushes that I'm showing you in a second. I'll provide the link for you in the description below of where you can grab them. I think it's from deviantart.com. I found them, but they're pretty cool. So I'll give you that link there. They're like debris. I think that's what the name is called, debris. Anyway, yeah, debris. You can select any ones you want. They're really large brushes, by the way. They're very large. So you'll need to, of course, make them small. Maybe like 715px, or maybe even 900px is good. I don't know. Just not the 245,000, whatever it is. And go ahead and just brush them on somewhere. White is an okay color. You can go ahead and use white, because you can always fix that. Alrighty. Oops, even that's still pretty big. Put that there. And just make various ones around the image, and whatnot. It doesn't matter, really. There. Oops, that's still really large. Oops, that's even smaller. Alright, yeah, just, something like this. Nothing too crazy. Okay, now, you could stop here, but because you're a cool kid, you're not going to. You're obviously going to take it a step further, and so am I. So I'm going to show you what to do now. We're going to go ahead and double click on our layer 2 copy, and we're going to add a gradient overlay. Oh, that's right, a gradient overlay, because it's going to make it look cooler than your mom. Holla! Yeah, alright. Now, you can choose whatever colors you want to use, doesn't really matter. I have other cool colors in my swatch here that randomly appeared out of nowhere. I'm not sure where they came from, but I guess I loaded them one day and didn't realize it. Anywho's, so you can select any ones you like, and you'll see over in the left side of your canvas the preview of this, and it looks pretty cool. So select whatever one you think looks awesome, and you'll most likely be selecting the same ones for your layer 1. I like that. That looks pretty cool. Alright. You can leave all the settings the same, just add the green overlay, you're good to go. I mean, you can change the blend mode maybe to like screen, but it won't do anything, or hard light. So, just leave it alone at normal. So, yeah. Alright, and then your layer 2, you could go ahead and fix layer 2 if you'd like. I don't know if that would really, well, let's just see. Layer 2. Yeah, see, I wouldn't change layer 2. Leave layer 2 alone. Just do layer 2 copy. And yeah, that's pretty awesome. Look at that. You just made yourself a pretty rad ass image. Now, this is just this is the base of the tutorial. Now, for me, I like to go way further in and add more cool stuff to it. So, I went ahead in another file. I made this tutorial already as a practice to see if it was actually going to be cool enough for you guys, and it was, so I'm going to show you how to do it. So here we are. So in the other one I made earlier, in my other PSD file I have here, you'll see that's the one I made earlier. I made it bigger and better. It's not showing up the way I made it. What the heck? Lame. Oh, well. Okay, well, anyways, I made a cooler image. Actually, I'll open the actual file. It's not there. Oh, you know why? Because... Oh, where is it? Oh, awesome. I think I lost my regular file. Oh, this is... Oh, no, here we go. Okay, yeah. Here we go. So, yeah, this is the exact one that I made. And what I did here is I opened a texture file that I found on DeviantArt.com, because I love DeviantArt.com. Yeah, I am sporting them. That's right. Alright, I'm sponsoring them. So here we go. So I opened a textured file, really cool texture file, and I imported it on here, and I changed the blend mode of the textured layer to multiply because the background of the texture was black. And if you're using a black background photo, you can use multiply, and that would delete the black background and leave you with just what's in it. And if you have a white background, you want to use screen. I believe that's the way it goes. Or is it screen for black and multiply for white? And either way, it's screen or multiply for whatever you're using, and you should get a similar effect. And then you just, you erase the parts you don't need, blend it into the photo, and voila! You have awesomeness right in front of your eyes. This, my friends, could be a cool album artwork. If you're making album artwork for iTunes, this would be really awesome to use. Or you can maybe use this as like a website header starter, or maybe a cover photo for your Facebook, something cool like that. But yeah, you could go further in on this. As you can see, I did here. I went further and did that. And yeah, that's the basic of the tutorial. Go ahead, trial and error, make something awesome. Show me what you got. I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'm going to leave you with that. And hopefully you'll explore other options and make awesome photos because you're awesome, just like me. Because Photoshop is the art of awesome. Alright guys, laters!